Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So guys, in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about a very special minifigure that I've created / acquired specifically for the Theed mock. So when I first started planning out this mock, while I was planning like the entire building area and the plan and everything, I was also thinking about the main characters that would have to be included for me to represent like all of the key scenes. And one of these characters is Boss Nass, who's sort of like the leader of the Gungan people. However, he has never had a Lego minifigure, which is actually kind of insane. It's 2023 and we've never had a Boss Nass minifigure. Anyway, the point is that there is no Boss Nass minifigure, and I desperately wanted to include him in my mock. However, I've always been the kind of person that doesn't like to use like outsourced, Lego parts, like non-official Lego items. But for this figure, I was kind of forced to make an exception. So a few weeks ago, I was browsing through the internet and I came across this, which is like a specialized piece modeled after the Boss Nass minifigure from the Skywalker saga, which is actually perfect. So I saw it and I completely fell in love with it and knew immediately that I had to get my hands on it, because honestly, for the final celebration parade, he's like one of the key characters there. He's the one that Queen Amidala gives the Orb of Peace to, and like I just really wanted to recreate these scenes. So I went ahead and bought it off of Etsy. I'll link it down below if it's still available, I'm not sure. So I ordered it, and then about a week later it arrived, and I took it out of the box and I tested it directly on the torso that I had prepared, and it fit perfectly. It looked amazing. But now I was daunted with the task of painting it. And I wanted it to look as precise as possible, so I was really nervous. I actually went to a local hobby shop to pick up some paints and ask the guy working there for some tips. He was actually really helpful. So I got back home and I just got to work on it, and it went a lot better than I expected. I actually took some progress pictures at this point, so this is what the front was looking like at that point. I was like really happy with how crisp some of the lines were. Yes, some of them are a little messy, but you know what? It was the best I could do. And then this is what the back looked like. Those details on the ears were particularly painful to paint. I wanted them to be as precise as possible, and I think they turned out pretty good. All the details in gold and everything. I was just really happy with the progress. So now I had to think of a way of adding the printing details onto the figure. Now originally I was going to paint these on, but then after doing sort of the base colors and everything, I realized that that was just not a viable option because it was just not going to look as good as I wanted. So I needed to find a way to get like crisp printing onto this figure without it being like, the method that Lego uses, which is like pad printing. So I did some research and I was watching this video of this guy build this model car, and he had like this special decal paper with a bunch of like decals printed on it, and he would like dip them in water and then transfer them onto the car itself, and like it looked perfect. So I googled if there was a way that I could purchase this paper blank so that I could print my own decals on it, and there was. So I once again went to my local hobby shop. I purchased a sheet of this paper, and then I got to digitalizing the prints that I wanted to use. So the first thing I did was go back to the video game and take a bunch of screenshots, as many as I could, of Boss Nass and like his eyes and his torso, and like try to capture everything as best as I could. And then I went onto the computer and I tried digitalizing this, like tracing the lines and then trying to color match it as best as I could. And then I was just tasked with sort of sizing them to the correct, proportions of the figure. I think I did about like 5 test prints. You can see here what I was doing. I had like a test print right in front of me, and then I had a scaled picture of the model on the computer so that I could sort of see what it could look like at the end. And so I did like 5 test prints, and then I got home and I went ahead and tested them out. I cut them out, saw which ones fit better, and then I went ahead and applied them. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this figure turned out. I am honestly really impressed with how good it looks. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm just really happy with the results. So without further ado, here is Boss Nass. And here he is, you guys, the completely finished Boss Nass minifigure. Honestly, he turned out way better than I expected. The printing worked out perfectly. Like, I honestly didn't think it would look this good. Like, the eyes just merge right into the skin tone that I used, and the details on the torso are just so crisp. Like, you can see that it completely adapted to the round shape that this piece has, and it's just so good. You can also see the detailing on the back. I'm just so happy with how this looks. And I honestly think he's like a great addition to the setup. Like once I set up the celebration parade and then take a bunch of pictures in different scenes, I just think it's gonna look so good, and it's really gonna be sort of like a game changer character wise. I honestly don't know why Lego hasn't made this minifigure yet, but they should really get to it. It has so much potential. And then just for reference, this is him next to Captain Tarpals, just so you can get an idea. They look so good together, like it just blows my mind. And then I'm just gonna add a Gungan soldier right next to him, just so you can see sort of like the range of Gungans that I have. It just looks so good. They fit in so well together, and I am genuinely so happy with the results. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and give some final thoughts on this. Alright, you guys, so honestly, the entire process of creating this custom figure was a lot of fun. Like, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, and the results are far better than I expected. It just looks so nice and fits in so well with the rest of the minifigs. And I'm honestly pretty proud of how it looks. I really can't wait to set him up in little scenes and take lots of pictures and share them with you guys, because I feel like it's really going to help set up a lot of scenes, especially those scenes for the end of the Phantom Menace. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the custom figure. If you have any questions about the process or anything you would like to know, feel free to ask down below. I'd be more than happy to help you guys out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!